Long after the kingdom of Babylon had risen to power, a new king ruled the empire. His name was Darius. Among all the officials in his kingdom, one man stood above the rest. His name was Daniel. King Darius trusted Daniel more than anyone else. But not everyone celebrated Daniel's success. The other governors became jealous. They searched for a way to destroy him. But Daniel had done nothing wrong. So they decided to attack the one thing they knew he would never abandon. The jealous governors gathered together. With carefully hidden intentions, they approached King Darius. They spoke with respectful words. They asked the king to establish a new law. For 30 days, no one could pray to any god or man except the king, believing the request would unite the kingdom. King Darius sealed the decree with his royal signet. The governors quietly departed. Their trap had been set. Now, they only had to wait. When Daniel learned about the new law, he did not panic. He already knew whom he would obey. His faith would not change. Daniel returned to his home. The king's decree was now the law of the land. Just as he had done every day, Daniel opened his window toward Jerusalem. He knelt before God, not in fear, but in faith. Hidden in the shadows, the jealous officials watched Daniel carefully. Their trap had worked, but Daniel never stopped praying. His trust in God was greater than his fear of men. Satisfied with what they had seen, the officials hurried back to the palace. Daniel remained on his knees, completely unaware that his faithfulness would soon be put on trial. Without wasting a moment, the governors hurried to the king. With false respect, they reminded him of the law he had signed. The royal decree was placed before the king. By the law of the Medes and Persians, it could not be changed. Then they revealed their true purpose. Daniel has continued to pray to his God. At that moment, King Darius understood. He had been deceived. The throne room fell silent. The king searched for a way to save Daniel, but the law could not be reversed. As the sun began to set, Daniel's fate seemed sealed. Daniel was taken from the palace, not because he had committed a crime. Before them stood the lion's den, a place from which no prisoner was expected to return. King Darius said, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." Daniel was lowered into the darkness, while the king could only watch, but God had already sent his angel to shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel stood in perfect peace, because the Lord was with him. A great stone was rolled across the entrance. The king sealed it with his own signet ring. As night fell over Babylon, everyone believed Daniel's story had come to an end. At the first light of dawn, King Darius hurried to the lion's den. His heart was filled with hope and fear. As the stone was rolled away, the king cried out with anguish, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" Then, from deep within the den, Daniel answered, "May the king live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the mouths of the lions. They have not harmed me, because I was found innocent before him." Overjoyed, the king ordered Daniel to be lifted out. Not a single wound was found on him. Because he had trusted in his God, King Darius embraced his faithful servant. His sorrow had turned into overwhelming joy. The God of Daniel had done the impossible. Then King Darius proclaimed throughout his kingdom, "The God of Daniel is the living God. His kingdom shall never be destroyed. He rescues and he saves." And Daniel prospered, because the God he trusted had proven faithful.